Hello Pisces, and welcome to your October 2022 video. This is a sun, moon and rising video. So for your sun sign, you'd focus more on your motivations, right? What you're moving towards. Your moon sign is more your internal and personal world, and your rising is your external world and the energy you give off and how others see you. So on the 2nd, we have Mercury going direct, which is a good thing. However, October is eclipse season time, and those are wild cards and points of transformation that we need to go through, right? And with eclipses, they are very unpredictable. Anything can happen during an eclipse. So when we are going through eclipses especially, we are encouraged to slow down a bit, take it easy. They're very karmic and fated. Relationships can change, people can leave. You'll find what you're doing now, you know, at the eclipse, something can change within your life and you're no longer in the same place. Eclipses are important to be aware of and take into note what is happening during the eclipses, because they take us into the next 6 months. So you'll be working on these things. So that's all the energy about eclipses. So even though Mercury goes direct on the 2nd, yes, we can have communication once again flowing easy. We can make appointments and we have less delays when it comes to communication, technology, you know, and getting around and travel. However, be aware eclipses are upon us and we're in that season. So Mercury goes direct in your 7th house, and this is great for communication with others, one-on-one relationships, be it personal, be it professional, be it friends or family. You can now communicate. You can say what's on your mind, and you'll be wanting to connect more to others during that time. It's great for any contracts you want to make, business deals where you want to connect or partner up with someone. You'll be thinking about that. You'll be thinking about it, whether you're self-employed. So if you're self-employed, you're working one-on-one with this person. If you are in a career path, you're communicating now more with like career where you're in a job. You're now basically communicating more with your colleagues and expressing yourself and how we're working towards getting this. You also have this communication flowing and moving in your relationships, love relationships. If you want to meet anyone new and you're single, this would be the time. And if you're in an existing relationship, this would be the time to connect to an existing partner and express yourself so that the communication between the two of you flow easy, especially after the retrograde, if there's anything you want to clear up. Now, on the 9th, we have a full moon joining Jupiter, and this will be happening for you in your 2nd house. Okay, and this a full moon is basically a big point of release and letting go and healing for you. The 2nd house rules over your skills and talents, and this is where you'll be reevaluating your skills and talents. It also offers you opportunities in regards to your skills and talents. It also offers you opportunities when it comes to your finance, and it tells you what you need to let go of and what you need to do in order to boost your finances. This full moon is aligned to Jupiter, so there are opportunities with it, but there is a point of releasing and letting go and revising. And because this full moon happens with Jupiter, it offers a lot of wisdom. It's very, you know, beneficial to us. It's a good thing that it's with Jupiter, but it also can make us exaggerate a bit on our feelings. So be aware of that during that full moon. And you'll be also wondering who supports you, who's around you, who sees you of value, who do you value within your life. 2nd house is such a beautiful house because it teaches us a lot about our sense of self-worth and how do we truly feel about ourselves, right? So it's asking, how do you feel about yourself? How do you want to express yourself? How do you see your sense of self-worth? Because your sense of self-worth will boost all the opportunities there are that want to come to you. It's about making yourself feel confident, looking within yourself and finding that empowerment. If you're feeling not motivated and you don't believe in yourself, and especially if you're spending a lot of time around people who don't believe in you, it can make you feel very, it takes away from our sense of self-worth. That's what it does, you know? It's all about who you connect to and what is of value. And you'll be looking at things within your life and looking what is of value, what is no longer of value, what do I need to get rid of, what is maybe taking too much from me financially, what do I need to change financially for myself, what skills and talents have I forgot about that I want to bring in which will be good for me. Sorry about that, but that's exactly what it is. It offers all these opportunities for us. Yeah, sorry about that hooter, but there we go. It's offering a lot of opportunities for you to look at yourself. It's a blessed full moon, but you need to really evaluate in your life what you need to let go of. And it can also be sometimes people. Sometimes it's the truth of it is that sometimes we don't even look at how people can affect us financially, right? If we are giving too much out and in relationships and we're not budgeting and making sure that we have enough for ourselves, it can really deplete us. So where are you spending your money? How are you utilizing your money? Are you investing your money in yourself, right? This would be a great full moon for you to think about ways you can invest in yourself. Is there something you want to learn? Is there something you want to study? Is there something you want to offer maybe on the side, an opportunity? Do you want to basically change where you're working? Great for career changes too, because you can look at your skills and talents, be like, I think I need something, and be at a place where I find myself of value, my time is more valuable, and what I'm getting in, I'm actually finding confidence within myself. What I'm doing, I'm seeing it working for me. Sense of self-worth will be very important. On the 11th, Mercury moves into this 8th house. And here you are faced with, again, the 8th house has to do a lot with our fears, hidden insecurities, pain, trauma, things that have held you back. But it also has to do with finances again, and joint finances. And so Mercury has you really thinking, once again, about your money and your energy and what you're investing into. 8th house is about investments too. So like, have I been investing my time wisely? You know, have I really been focusing on the projects and skills that I have, or is my fear getting me down? That's why it rules fears. And where do these fears come from? What triggers the fear that I feel that I can't truly invest in myself? It's also a great time for payouts, right? So any money that needs to come to you from elsewhere can come through, be it inheritance, be it taxes, where you have to, it also is a good time to pay any debts too, right? So any debts or any payments that need to be made, you'll be thinking about that, and also thinking about money also coming into you, right? Rebates, so forth, insurances, all of those things. But the 8th house is very positive in the aspect that money that needs to come to you, and what money you also need to put out, as in debts that you need to pay, expenses you need to pay, where is it all going, and budgeting too. But that 8th house is very deep. It focuses on the fear of the exchange of within ourselves, because it holds intimacy. 8th house is powerful. It's very transformative. It's empowering, right? But it holds our pain. It holds our fears. It holds our endings and what needs to end. It holds the truth. Conversations that have been will definitely bring a lot more truth to you, and see what is hidden around you. And those are the important things about the 8th house. But it also rules money that comes to us. So all those aspects are covered in this energy and around that time. And Mercury has you really thinking about your fears and thinking about your anxieties especially. And it will be a great time for healing, because the 8th house rules our spiritual aspects of awakening, where we can go into what is triggering me, when I have to do this, when I have to invest in myself, when I have to invest in this situation, my time, my energy, even a place. Say you have friends and maybe you need to invest time in them, or a family matter, and you need to invest time and energy. Is it depleting me and I have no time to invest in me and what I want to do? What am I getting out of this situation? What is the exchange? Because the 8th house is all about what we basically invest in. What are we putting our energy towards? What are we getting out? If you think about money in that aspect of what are you putting out and what are you getting back to you, right? And that can be like, okay, so I've been paying for this insurance, and say something happens and the insurance pays you out. However, now that's an investment for you. Now say you take it again in a different situation. Say you investing a lot in this relationship, but you're not getting much energy back to you. Is it worth it? Because ultimately it's about where we're investing our energy and why we are doing it. What is the fear Why stay in something, or why be associated with a situation, be it even a family issue maybe, that you're investing a lot of energy into, and you're sitting back and you're thinking to yourself, okay, I'm investing a lot into this, but what am I getting out of it? Is it depleting me? Is it fulfilling me? Those will be the big questions. On the 24th, the sun moves into your 9th house. Venus moves into this 9th house. And on the 25th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in this 9th house. This is a great time for spiritual aspects, learning, traveling, exploring, having an adventure, higher learning. If there's any learning that you have, or any skills that you've been learning or working with, or getting any information on, you want to take it higher. It's great for publishing. It's great for putting yourself out there. Really good for, like I said, philosophy. You're reading a good book that gives you a new perspective. Also travels. So if you want to take a vacation, or you want to do anything like that, it'll offer opportunities for you to do so. Remember, it is a solar eclipse. So just be aware whilst traveling that you have everything in check, you know? And yeah, really utilize that energy. 9th house is good. It's good for humor. It's good for learning. It's good for philosophy. It's good for travel. It's good for anything legal that you need to sort out. It's in your favor during this time, and you can really do it and really work with it. Now on the 30th, Mars goes retrograde and stays retrograde all through the month, right? And Mars retrograde happens for you in your 4th house. And the thing about this, about Mars retrograde, Mars is the planet that gives us energy, vitality, motivation, take action. Retrograde means we feel like we can't take action. There's more challenges. Maybe what I wanted to do now comes up with a big stop sign and I can't do it. So Mars retrograde is a time where we need to stop, especially when it comes to taking action and anything we want to do. It also is about our passion. We might feel like we are not feeling as passionate. It takes away our motivation. Mars is known as the god of war. It also rules our anger and aggression. Mars in retrograde, we're more quick to anger. Think about it. You're lacking vitality. You're feeling a bit tired too, because you don't have the motivation to get up in the morning. So all of a sudden you're a bit more moody, and this is all of us, not just you. So it's quick to anger, it's quick to aggression, it's quick for accidents to happen because we are just not, moving or feel like we're moving. So accidents can happen during a Mars retrograde. Now this happens in your 4th house. So when it comes to your home, if you're doing any renovations or anything to do with your home, it can be halted and stopped for a time period or take longer than expected. Communication within the home can become sometimes abrupt and aggressive. Family members can have a lot of aggression, right? Or I should say, better word, conflict that needs to be resolved. Mars retrograde in this 4th house also takes you back to past conflicts that need to be resolved. There's a lot of this to do with family, your roots, and even thinking far back where these, emotions from family, traumas and experiences that you've had been sitting within you, and they now need to be released. Mars in the 4th house can bring up a lot of anger emotionally for you too, that needs to be come to the surface for you to release it. You might even see it in other people, and sometimes that's the trigger for us to release ourselves. What we see in others, it's like maybe someone comes to you aggressively and angrily, and next thing you feel angry because of how they confronted you. See, it brings that conflict, but it needs to come up and it needs to be released because it's affecting you emotionally. 4th house is very sensitive, it's very emotional, and it can really bring up very intense feelings when it comes to family members, people that live, around you, and as well within your home space, and also soul family, people that you keep in your heart. The people you let that come to your home and people you're comfortable with, it can actually bring up a lot of conflict there, and a lot of healing needs to happen during this time for you. So spend this retrograde in Mars releasing, healing, finding comfort in the things that actually give you comfort. So you might find comfort in previous experiences, like something from the past maybe gave you comfort, journaling, or maybe painting, or a hobby, and you need to do these things to soothe yourself during this time, especially because it's quite an angry time, and it is a time where it's in a very sensitive place for you. and you are a sensitive energy in the fact that you're very intuitive. So if we're all going through this collectively, and Pisces is the last zodiac, the collective of us all, it's very powerful for you because you're not just feeling your feelings, you're feeling the feelings around you, you're feeling everything, and everything just seems like, So Mars retrograde is a very, very conflict, it has a lot of conflict, it's very aggressive. Don't go anywhere dangerous or unsavory at that time. It can definitely go the wrong way. Thank you so much for watching. Do spend this Mars retrograde really focusing on your emotions, meditation, things that bring you comfort, slowing down, and don't push yourself too hard. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then my website is linked down below if you'd like a reading, as well as a link for appreciation of these videos.